TomoNews presents Cat Rescue Stories.
Faith in humanity restored. This poor kitten in China got trapped behind a glass wall without food and water and was slowly dying. But luckily, a good Samaritan came to the rescue. Earlier this month, the cat somehow became stuck behind the wall in a building in the southwestern city of Chengdu. After a period reported to be 3 days, a karaoke receptionist saw the kitten. He looked around but realized there were no gaps available for him to pull the little guy out. So the receptionist called the building's property management office to ask for help. Building staff knew the glass wall was built between aluminum door frames and a load-bearing wall, so they dug out a tunnel to rescue the kitten. After the successful rescue, the receptionist decided to take the tired and hungry cat home and adopt it. However, despite the good news, we're still wondering exactly how did the kitten get trapped in the first place, and why it took 3 days for anyone to notice. Let us know in the comments if you got any bright ideas about that. Kitten freed from a glass jar. Bystanders stumbled upon this kitten that had its entire head stuck in a glass jar and filmed its rescue. They were able to grab hold of the black and white kitten and used a hammer to slowly crack away at the jar.
Oradan vurmaq lazımdır, dibdən.
Hə, başlasın.
Astaca vur, prosta.
Pişik, gözlə bir dəqiqə. Gözlə bir dəqiqə.
Astaca vur, bək vurma ya, asta vur ki. Asta çıxart. Çıxmadı.
Gözlə. Onu fırlatmaq lazım. Eləmə, kəsizlik başını gözlə. Uzan pişik, uzan.
Until eventually the kitten was freed. Now, we're not sure if that was really the best way to free a kitten that's stuck in a jar, but things could have gone a whole lot worse. Felix the cat uses up one of her 9 lives. A London dock worker is being hailed a hero after he saved a cat from drowning in the River Thames. This surveillance footage of the incident was posted to Facebook by London's Royal Docks on Monday. It shows the dock's engineering and operations manager, Scott Durbin, leaping into action after Felix fell into the drink. Felix got an unexpected bath when she was fighting with another cat, and things got out of hand. But Scott Durbin wasn't about to let the Royal London Docks official office cat drown. Faster than a speeding bullet, Durbin ran to the water's edge and grabbed the little kitty by her neck before she sunk to the bottom of the river. We're not sure if cats are good swimmers, but Durbin wasn't taking any chances. Felix the cat was doing fine on Tuesday. A spokesman for the dock said he was happy to report that the kitty experienced no injury or trauma. However, Felix may have suffered a little wounded pride. The spokesman said everyone in the office had been laughing behind Felix's back about her blasé, nothing to see here routine that followed her dunking.
10-day-old kitten survives dog attack and amputation. A Colorado animal shelter has saved the cutest and most resilient kitten. Aptly named Trooper, a 10-day-old kitten was facing death when he was brought to an animal hospital in Golden, Colorado. Trooper lived under the porch in the area with 4 other siblings. The kittens could barely open their eyes or walk when... Eventually, the litter was found, but only 2 of the kittens had survived. Trooper and his sister, Patience, seen here, were taken to the animal hospital. Trooper's badly injured leg put him on the verge of death. Veterinarians decided it was best to remove the leg, and the kitten underwent a risky operation. Following the surgery, Trooper was, well, a trooper. The tiny kitten pulled through. He and his sister were placed in a foster home as they continued their recovery process. Recently, Trooper has been adopted by his forever parents and has grown into a handsome, active cat.
Abandoned cat found with 2 pounds of fur weighing it down. If you thought you'd seen every kind of crazy cat video out there, well, think again. On December 16th, the Animal Rescue League shelter in Pittsburgh posted these outrageous photographs to Facebook of a kitty in desperate need of a snippety snip. The cat's 82-year-old owner had Alzheimer's disease, and when he was moved to a nursing home, the furry friend was forgotten and left behind. A distant relative showed up to leave some food out for the elderly man's cat, but he was caught off guard when something raggedly bolted out from under the bed. Using a flashlight, the man searched around the house until he spotted a cat wearing what appeared to be a fur coat for the ages. Its fur was so matted, due to the neglect of her unwittingly forgetful owner, that the cat looked like some sort of mythical creature out of an old monster movie. The man brought the poor disheveled cat to the vet, where they put her to sleep so the long overdue haircut could finally commence. Free of her furry shackles, 14-year-old Heidi now has a new home with the man who saved her. Nice new do, kitty cat. And she even looks slimmer without the dreads. What kind of a person throws an animal off a bridge? A charter boat captain made an unexpected catch when he rescued a drowning cat off the coast of Florida last Thursday. 35-year-old Jordan Smith was piloting his boat near the northwest side of a bridge to pick up a group for a fishing trip. That's when Smith saw something fly off Marlar Bridge. He initially thought someone had thrown a bag of trash into the water, but when the object started moving, Smith then thought it was an otter. But once it started swimming in his direction, Jordan realized it was a cat that desperately needed help. Smith immediately scooped the black feline out of the water, not caring that his boat got scuffed up a bit after bumping into the bridge a couple times during the rescue. After being saved, the wet, poor feline reportedly clung tightly to Smith's arm until they were back to shore. Smith later contacted law enforcement, but the case is listed as inactive, as to be frank, there really isn't any solid evidence the cat was thrown off the bridge. But it seems pretty unlikely that the cat was just going for a swim, no? In a very happy ending, Captain Smith plans to adopt the kitty and wants to name her Miracle. Brooklyn hipster abandons cat with litter box and supplies. It's enough to bring a tear to your eye. This poor cat was found abandoned on a street in Brooklyn last week. Next to him, a litter box and other feline-related supplies. Abandoned like Moses left to float down the river, or the penguin from Batman thrown into the sewer. It's no wonder the kitty was crying. It seems likely that for one heartless hipster, the cost of getting his pet hep cat neutered was too much, and probably much better spent on organic tofu burgers, or ironic beard grooming products, or something. The cat was dumped on Nostrand Avenue, between Lefferts and Sterling, but disappeared soon after, when a street sweeper scared him off, sparking a frantic search among Brooklyn's feline-loving community. The hunt took several days, but Nostrand, as the kitty was later named, eventually showed up on Sunday in a retired cat rescuer's backyard. Fat Cats, a local organization that advocates the trap, neuter, and return of strays, was happy to take Nostrand in. They got him vetted and screened for a microchip, which he didn't have. According to vets, Nostrand is 1 year old. Fat Cats say that a lot of male cats get dumped by their owners when they mature because there's not enough places to get them neutered cheaply in New York. Nostrand is now available for adoption, and he comes with his own kitty litter and supplies. It seems not even cats can resist the lure of Tex-Mex. 2 Fresno cops found a kitty trapped inside a storm drain on Tuesday morning and wanted to rescue it. But since they couldn't reach the animal, Officer Jimenez and Officer Corona got creative and decided to coax the poor kitten out instead. They attempted to get the animal's attention using a flashlight, noises, and finally scraps from a half-eaten burrito. Tasty. A whole lot of meowing later, and the small feline was rescued from the pipe. The kitten was turned over to animal control, but one of the officers was so enamored he's thinking of adopting it. And you'll never guess the name he's got in mind. It's Burrito.
Those aren't what you think they are. A San Antonio family with good intentions learned a painful lesson after they brought 2 cute kittens into their home. The kittens were actually 2 young bobcats. According to KENS TV, the family's relative found the kittens close to their home near Salado Creek in northeastern San Antonio. So the family took the kittens in. Oh, aren't they adorable? And due to their jungle cat appearance, the family just assumed the kittens were Bengal cats. Nothing wrong with that. The awe moment stopped when the kittens started biting people and ripping the milk bottles apart. Yeah, that's a bit too violent for two little kitty cats. The family then Googled the kitten's size, check. Robust nature, check. Bobbed tails, check. Honey, these might not be the cute kittens we thought they were. The family called for help and the bobcat kittens were taken to the care of Wildlife Rescue and Rehabilitation, or else the next thing ripped apart might just be them. San Antonio Animal Care Services told KENS TV that it's possible the felines came from the Salado Creek area where parts are still underdeveloped and wildlife roam free. According to animal experts, bobcat kittens have black tips on their distinct triangle-shaped ears with white patches just underneath the back and short black-tipped tails. And if you do see bobcat kittens on your own, just leave them alone, as their mother is likely off hunting. Police save injured cat. Earlier this month, deputies in Sonoma County banded together to save this little feline from underneath a car. Milo the cat, who had burned paws, seemed a little bit unsure of the well-meaning law enforcement, but that didn't stop them from trying. Later, they managed to get a leash around Milo and then set about finding the animal's owner. According to the Los Angeles Times, 22 people died during the wildfire, and over 8,000 homes were destroyed. That makes the fire one of wine country's deadliest.
You're safe now.
But thankfully, Milo's owner was okay and the two were later reunited. The animal was dehydrated, but is said to be doing well.